Good afternoon. I'm Shawnee Au, and this is One News Now. The government has suspended the COVID-19 risk classification for inbound travelers. To find out what that means, we have Maricel Halili reporting to us live from Mandaluyong City. Mase, hi. What is this risk classification all about, and what happens now? Do our borders finally open fully, and when will this take effect?
Hi, Sean. Based on the recent or the latest resolution of the Interagency Task Force starting February 1, there will be no more green list, red list, and yellow list category for all countries. They will just impose uniform protocols for all arriving international travelers. So let me enumerate to you what are these new protocols which will be imposed to international travelers. For fully vaccinated individuals, they shall be required to present negative RT-PCR test taken 48 hours prior to their departure. Upon arrival in the Philippines, they shall no longer be required to undergo mandatory facility-based quarantine, but they have to self-monitor for any signs or symptoms of COVID-19. That's for 7 days, with first day of arrival being, with the first day being the date of arrival. They shall be required to report to the local government units upon manifestation of symptoms. But these are the guidelines for fully vaccinated individuals. For unvaccinated or partially vaccinated individuals, they are also required to present negative RT-PCR test 48 hours prior to the departure. They have to undergo facility-based quarantine until the release of their negative RT-PCR test, which will be taken on the 5th day, after which they will be required to undergo home quarantine until the 14th day. Like the fully vaccinated individuals, they have to report to the local government units if they observe any manifestation or any signs and symptoms of COVID-19.
All right, Ms. So the protocol, just to clarify again, the protocol now is once overseas travelers arrive, they will still be required to undergo quarantine, but not anymore facility-based.
Yes, that's for fully vaccinated individuals. But this is only, for fully vaccinated individuals starting February 1. But for foreign individuals which will come from non-visa countries, the country will also allow them to enter the country starting February 10. And on February 16, the government will impose a much stricter protocol. Only fully vaccinated foreign individuals will be allowed to enter the country. It means it doesn't matter whether they are foreign businessmen or foreign tourists, they will be allowed in the country for as long as they come from non-visa countries and they are fully vaccinated.
All right, what does this mean now for Filipino inbound travelers? Clearly, the new change here is, as you mentioned, that foreign travelers are now allowed. So does this cover Filipinos as well, Mase, or just foreigners?
Well, for Filipino international travelers, starting February 1, they have to follow the uniform protocols which will be imposed by IATF resolution, or IATF, which will be imposed based on the IATF resolution. So they will have to follow the uniform protocols which was that was drafted by the IATF. And starting on February 10, there will be also new protocols for foreign nationals which will come from a non-visa country. And on February 16, we will not allow foreign nationals that are unvaccinated or partially vaccinated to enter the country. Only fully vaccinated foreign nationals will be allowed to visit the country.
All right, but one last quick question, Mase. Does this mean that leisure travel is now allowed into the Philippines?
Yes, it means that the government is now ready to entertain foreign tourists for as long as they will come from non-visa countries and they are fully vaccinated. That will start on February 16.
All right, I'm sure that's a red letter date for a lot of the players in the tourism sector. Now, if that is to happen, I have to ask you now how the COVID situation is in Metro Manila as well as other areas in the Luzon and the Visayas.
Well, based on the recent data presented by Health Undersecretary Maria Rosario Vergere, NCR is now classified as moderate risk because we can see a downtrend when it comes to the COVID cases. We can also see an improvement when it comes to COVID cases in the Calabarzon region. But the DOH is closely monitoring provinces in Visayas and Mindanao because they can see an upward trend in those areas.
All right, and with regard to new alert levels, Mase, when can we expect the governments to announce any changes?
We asked Secretary Carlo Nograles earlier, Sean, about that, what will be the new alert level classification, particularly here in Metro Manila. He said that they will make an announcement over the weekend, so we have to wait probably tomorrow what will be the decision of the Interagency Task Force.
All right, and one last question on pediatric vaccinations, which are slated to start on February 4. That's already a week from now, or less than a week from now. Can you walk us through anything new on that front?
You're right, Sean. Undersecretary Vergere said that they plan to start the pediatric vaccination for those ages 5 to 11 years old on February 4. But they have to present some requirements for if these children or these kids will be accompanied by their parents. They have to bring documents which will prove that they are the parents of the kids. For example, they have to bring birth certificate and identification card with their photos. If their parents cannot accompany their children to the vaccination site, they have to provide special power of attorney to the guardian who will accompany the children or the child to the vaccination site. If they don't have budget to pay for the special power of attorney or notarized letter, they can simply ask their barangay captain for a letter which will prove that they are actually giving the consent to the guardian to bring their kids to the vaccination site, and they just have to ask the barangay captain to sign that particular letter. Now, if their kids have comorbidities, Yusek Vergere advised the parents to ask for medical certificate and medical clearance from the physician first before bringing their kids to the vaccination site. Sean?
All right, lots of requirements for pediatric vaccinations to watch out for. Thank you so much for all those updates. Maricel Halili joining us live from Mandaluyong City. In a rare move, outgoing COMELEC Commissioner Rowena Guanzon has disclosed her vote on the disqualification case of presidential aspirant Bongbong Marcos. Jen Calimon with the story.
COMELEC Commissioner Rowena Guanzon did not hold back from expressing her dismay over the late release of resolution on cases against presidential aspirant Bongbong Marcos. Guanzon is the presiding commissioner of the First Division, which handles the disqualification cases against Marcos. Guanzon said that she already had her separate opinion as early as January 17. She voted to disqualify Marcos due to his tax evasion case, which she said involves moral turpitude.
It's moral turpitude that he did not file for 4 years. He did not file his income tax return, did not pay taxes. And then when he was convicted in courts and he was made to pay a fine, he did not pay the fine. It was admitted by his lawyer that they did not pay the fine in the regional trial court.
But even if Guanzon is the presiding commissioner, she is not the ponente who is responsible for writing the decision.
We agreed on January 17, the three of us. But January 17, she said she could not produce it. So I said, okay, so when can you do it? And then she said that the lawyer had COVID. So, well, even if your lawyer has COVID, you can still work at home, which we all do. Anyway, I just decided that this is no longer a anymore. This is no longer excusable that it's been, 17 days?
She is accusing Commissioner Amy Ferolino for allegedly delaying the process of issuing a resolution. Guanzon revealed that they have already set a date for its release, but Ferolino did not comply.
Commissioner Ferolino is now incommunicado. She cannot be reached by, I sent her a text message 3 days ago. She did not reply. Another commissioner called her up. She could not be reached. We asked the chairman to give her a call, so I don't know if he was able to reach her. Commissioner Ferolino should have respect for me as a very senior commissioner and her presiding commissioner. This has never happened before, that the presiding commissioner is disrespected. Wala namang reason why she cannot call me, text me.
Guanzon cannot even contact Ferolino until now, and for the most senior commissioner, this is outright disrespectful.
What's the big mystery there? This case is so easy. They're delaying it so that my vote will not be counted because I'm retiring. There's political influence. I don't care what her vote is. Just release the resolution.
bakit parang-
Commissioner Casqueo and I can sign whether we agree with her or not.
She alleged that an influential person is behind Ferolino's delaying tactics, for Guanzon is about to retire on February 2. In a text message, Commissioner Ferolino said that she cannot provide a reaction to Guanzon's statements. She said she does not want to violate any rule and that she would rather maintain her silence. She also refused to give a comment when asked on when they would release a decision. Reporting for News 5, Jen Calimon, we are One News.
The Partido Federal ng Pilipinas wants Commissioner Rowena Guanzon investigated and sanctioned for disclosing her vote on Marcos Jr.'s disqualification case. In a statement, PFP General Counsel Attorney George Briones said Guanzon should be disbarred for prematurely disclosing her legal opinion on the pending matter. Guanzon, in response, hit back at Briones, challenging him to a televised debate. The COMELEC commissioner said in a series of tweets that the Partido Federal is just diverting the issue. Meanwhile, Attorney Briones said in a message that he accepts Guanzon's challenge on a public debate. Former COMELEC Commissioner Louis Guia says that Guanzon's move to disclose her vote ahead of time is not within usual procedure. Guia told Frontline tonight that her vote remains a separate opinion pending the First Division's main decision on the case. He added that it is still unclear whether Guanzon's vote will be counted because she is set to retire on February 2.
Hindi ho yan within the rules yung ganong procedure, or at the very least pwede nating sabihin kakaiba yung nangyari. Ngayon, bibilangin pa lang, ibibilang pa po ba yun? Hindi natin alam kasi hindi pa talaga lumalabas yung dapat maging desisyon.
For more updates, visit News 5, the Philippine Star, and Business World online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on the Signal Play app. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. Masks on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. I am Sean Yao. We are One News.